Force Discovery, the U.S. owner of Poland's largest private television network, TVN, to sell its Polish holdings. The lower house can override the Senate's rejection, but it's unclear if it can. And the president has also vowed to veto the bill in its current form. Jeremy House reporting.
A Texas death row inmate wins a reprieve from execution for killing a convenience store clerk in 2004. The U.S. Supreme Court blocking the execution of John Ramirez. And on Wall Street, the Dow up 87 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
SNSN, your local news leader.
This is a news update from the Streaming News and Sports Programming Network, SNSN. Governor Ned Lamont announced that his administration has developed plans with leadership at the Connecticut Department of Corrections to close the Radgowski Correctional Center in Montville by December 31st of this year. It's one of the 3 correctional facilities that are included for closure under the fiscal year 2022-2023 state budget that was approved with support in the state legislature and signed into law by the governor this summer. Closing the Radgowski Correctional Center will save the state approximately $7.3 million in annual operating costs. This comes in addition to the recent closure of Northern Correctional Institution in Summers, which is expected to save about $11.75 million annually. The closure of a third facility is pending. Radgowski Correctional Center has been staffed by about 110 employees, most of whom are correction officers. There will be no layoffs associated with the closure. The Department of Correction will work closely with staff members and their union representative to redeploy them to other facilities that are within close proximity. Some of the reassigned staff members are anticipated to be redeployed to the Corrigan Correctional Center, which is located on the same compound as Radgowski. Back on May 24th of this year at about 1:11 p.m., Norwich police responded to North Cliff Street for the report of shots fired. As patrol units arrived on scene, spent shell casings were found on the street. The bullets struck an occupied multi-family residence, but no one was injured as a result of the shooting. As the investigation continued, a suspect was identified as Takis Scott, which an arrest warrant was obtained for on August 15th. On September 6th, New London police executed a search and seizure warrant at a residence for an unrelated investigation. Takis Scott was there and was taken into custody and presented for arraignment in New London. He was charged with unlawful discharge of a firearm, reckless endangerment, first-degree assault, and carrying a pistol without a permit. Bond was set at $200,000. This Saturday, September 11th, is the 5th annual Matt's Mission Celebrates Recovery event, and it will be at Veterans Memorial Park, 68 Ashland Street in Jewett City. The event will take place from 9 a.m. until noon. There'll be some free T-shirts, and even Narcan is available while supplies last. You can win some great prizes in the annual Matt's Mission raffle. You can listen to some incredible speakers who will share real stories of addiction and recovery. Check out Matt's Mission on Facebook for more updates. That'll be this Saturday, September 11th from 9 a.m. till noon at Veterans Memorial Park. Also on September 11th, there'll be a Remember Together 9/11 memorial service. That'll be Saturday, September 11th, held at 1 p.m. at the 9/11 Memorial on the Griswold School grounds. They ask you to please bring your own chairs and wear your mask. Social distancing rules will apply. In the event of rain, unfortunately, the event will be canceled. So 1 o'clock, the Remember Together 9/11 memorial service, Saturday, September 11th at 1 o'clock on the Griswold School grounds. A couple of notices we'd like to pass along from Griswold Middle School. The GMS Picture Day has been rescheduled until Thursday, October 28th. So you want to go ahead and note your calendar of that change. Griswold Picture Day, Thursday, October 28th. And tonight they have back to school night for 7th and 8th graders from 5:30 to 6:30. It's a great way to make a connection with your students' teachers and get a glimpse of what their daily routine is at Griswold Middle School. They do ask that one adult attend with their student in order to allow for social distancing, and masks are required. And masks are required in all Griswold public school buildings. Here are some town of Lisbon notes. The road closure in Lisbon on Bundy Hill Road has been reopened to one lane and will probably remain that way through the winter since the town won't be able to get the permits to complete the project. It should be completed spring, summer of 2022. Also, last night's town meeting in Lisbon, they scheduled a referendum vote for the 22nd of this month. The vote will decide if the town of Lisbon will spend $13 million on a new firehouse that will be on town-owned property. Here's a look.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. And here he is. It's Paul Lash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City is 61 degrees. Plenty of sunshine around today. Highs will be around 74 degrees. But tonight, clear skies, lows around 49. You talked about rain on Saturday? Guess what? No rain. Mostly sunny skies. Highs around 75.
Sunshine on my shoulder.
There you go.
Gives me sunburn.
All right, that's enough. 75 degrees tomorrow. And tomorrow night, clear,
All right.
60. And Sunday, guess what?
What?
More sun. Mostly sunny, high around 81 degrees. And I guess what for Monday? Partly cloudy. Could be a stray shower, a thunderstorm around. Highs around 82 degrees.
I think we're done with the 90-degree days. What do you think so?
I think so.
I hope
Okay.
so.
I hope so.
Well, at least the
Yeah.
ACs probably don't have to come back on. Well, with good humidity, you might. But anyway, that's your weather on this Friday, 09/10/2021.
All right. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Chris.
Hey!
It is now time for another episode of Ask Chris Anything.
Good. Anything you got? Throw it
Anything
at
you got?
me.
This guy right here, he's sitting down in his chair. He's way down. He kind of looks like a little gnome.
I'm in my lowrider.
You can ask Chris anything on this Friday, as we do on most Fridays now. Chris knows he's the Renaissance man. He knows just about everything there is to know about anything. And you can ask. So if you have questions, life, love, the American way, politics, anything.
And if I don't know the answer, I will make crap up for you.
And you'll decide whether he's being right or not.
That's
Yeah.
right.
His nickname is
All the
Dr.
answers will
Chris.
sound true.
All sound true. So
Dr. Chris.
So go ahead and drop it in the chat group there. Ask Chris anything. Okay. So the question that we asked this morning in the chat group as well. The first thing is, if you were an employer, would you make it mandatory for your employees to get the vaccine? And it's funny because you don't have to say the flu vaccine, the mumps vaccine. It's the vaccine.
As a term of employment.
As a term of employment, would you mandate it for your employees? I mean, look at everything that's going on in the world in your general area. Would you make it mandatory? Better yet, would you mandate masks in your place of employment?
Good question.
So, we know that President Biden has gone ahead and mandated vaccines now for 100 or more employee companies with 100 or more, right?
Yep.
So we're safe.
I think we're good.
But
I wonder how many companies are going to tell him. And there's going to be a bunch of companies going to say, oh, yeah.
Who's going to enforce it?
you know what? Well, here's the thing too. Not even is it a matter of it being enforced. Is it an infringement on the private sector and their business and policy?
And a person's
Somebody's gonna put a lawsuit against it. They're gonna,
well, there you have.
yeah,
There you have. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, is it? You know, I mean, there can be many different interpretations of this.
Yeah.
Would you mandate? Would you go with the mandate? Would you say it was an infringement on your business rights as a private company?
See, what I think is that a lot of private companies provide services for other companies.
Right.
Other companies, if you're going to go provide that service, they want to see that person going to that company to make sure that they've been vaccinated. So, as an employee, yeah, I don't care if you get it, but you can't go there and do that job. If you can't go there and perform that job, what good are you to me?
Okay.
You can't just sit in the office and do nothing. So that's the reason why I think a lot of the companies are saying, hey, if you want to go there, you got to get it, because we're not, that companies are making us make sure that you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I think what's happening too is I think some people who were against it are starting to realize now they're starting to see people they know that weren't vaccinated get sick. And I think what's happening is they're in the hospital, they're on the respirator. So maybe now some of them are changing their minds. I've seen that on a couple of instances of people that I know. Mm-hmm.
I think no matter how many employees you have, whether it's over 100 or not, Connecticut is an at-will state. If you make it a term of your employment, you have to have the shot or you can't work here. That's the rules.
Well, I think it's going to go. This is just the beginning of it, myself, if you ask me.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's just the beginning of it. Okay, well, companies with 100 employees or more, you've got to mandate the vaccine. I think that's just
and then it's going to roll down to 50 or more, then 20 or more.
Absolutely.
So we have a comment already from Carol. If I want to go to certain countries, I have to get certain shots. I guess if I want to go to work, I have to get a shot.
Yeah.
Companies also have a duty to keep their employees safe. So that's Carol's opinion.
Yeah. And I know in
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah. In some cases,
From Florida.
I think that if somebody is around COVID,
Mhm.
they have to wear the mask inside their places of employment. That's what's happening. If you've been vaccinated, they're not letting you do it. But if you've been around somebody who has been diagnosed and you didn't get it, for the time being, you have to wear a mask. And I also heard that if you didn't get the shot, that when you go to the employment, you got to wear the mask.
Well, what's the time being though?
Yeah, right now, yeah, that's what's going on right now.
You just said if Mike has COVID and I've already got my shots, I should wear a mask for the time being.
Well,
What
he
is the
should
time
be.
being? How long do I
Actually,
have to wear the
Or
mask?
I
Actually,
should. If
actually-
I was the one, then I should wear the mask. To
Well,
Correct.
yes,
prevent-
if you've
Or
been
around
tested
COVID.
positive for COVID, yeah,
But he should
the mask does mitigate the spread of the
But he shouldn't even
disease.
be here. He needs to be on 10 days of
quarantine.
quarantine.
Right, but
Yeah.
but what kind of restrictions then apply to me because I've been exposed to Mike?
You'd have to quarantine.
You probably have to quarantine.
Okay,
Or if you tested not positive, then
and I've had my shots already.
All right, but think about this, Chris. Remember when you had there was some contact tracing issues. Remember, about 6 months ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? You didn't come here.
No.
You stayed home.
Right.
So I think the same rules apply.
probably, yeah.
Right, but at that point, I didn't have the vaccine.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you come up positive for COVID and I have had the vaccine, do I then need to isolate myself?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think the rule is yes.
Okay,
If
and
anybody
what-
knows, because I think because then you could be a possible carrier, even though you
Right.
may not develop symptoms.
And
I'm not a medical
agree with-
doctor, so I mean,
I agree with that. What my question is how long do I have to quarantine for?
it was 10 days
10
or
days. I know somebody who got the shots. Unfortunately, they got sick. Not as bad, like a little sniffing cold, but 10 days. Can't go nowhere. 10
So
days.
that's for the time being.
for the time being. Yeah. So
Jeffrey says, but why aren't you guys talking about that even vaccinated you can still catch and spread? We are.
That's what we
Yeah,
just
That's
said.
exactly what we're talking
Yeah, you
about,
can.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Or how about people who have already had COVID and have antibodies, so they should be forced to get the shot?
Well, that's another good question.
That's another good question.
Yeah. I know somebody who had it, but if they didn't get the shot, but they get tested every week. That's the other rule. If you don't, you got to get tested every week.
I'll tell you this. Last week, we went to a grocery store in a town that has mandated mask wearing.
Yeah.
And I get belligerent. I'll be honest with you. My own personal thing. It's like, I look at most of them and go, why the hell do we even get the shots? If we still have to do all this, and it does. It just ticks me off personally. It's like I don't want to wear it. I don't want to wear this diaper. But if it makes somebody else feel safe, then I will do it. You know what I mean? But then again, you almost have to feel like you're responsible. I'm responsible for your health. I'm responsible for your health.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who are concerned are wearing their own mask.
Okay.
I see it all the time. I mean, I go to a store.
But the mask doesn't mitigate you contracting the disease. The mask mitigates you spreading the disease.
Correct.
So there's so much information out there that conflicts with other information that's out there that it's impossible at this point to say what is the best course of action.
I know. And everybody's wearing, let's face it, the masks people are wearing today are not these, the
N95s.
They're not wearing those.
No.
They're wearing a piece of cloth over their mouth.
Carol says I bring stuff and clean off my shopping carts. Have also received a third shot.
Wow.
Anyone should quarantine after being exposed to Mike.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thanks, Carol. Appreciate that.
I didn't think people would go through it.
Let me tell you, it's not the COVID that you can contract from Mike, but there's a whole bunch of BS that you can get
there's a
from
lot
it.
of other stuff.
I thought this was Ask Chris Anything. It's not Ask Mike Anything. I don't know squat.
Let's play dog Mike all day thing.
Oh, but these are questions that are like you could go either way.
Either way.
So I truly believe that the fact that Biden has now said that employers with 100 employees or more have to vaccinate. Now Carol says contract attitude from Mike. There you go.
You can get a lot of that from Mike.
I wouldn't worry too much what she's saying anyway, because you probably forgot he said it.
Who, me?
No,
What's your name?
Biden.
Oh, Biden. Yeah.
I said that. What did I say?
I don't know. I don't think.
What's my name?
I don't even think he's. I'm telling you, the thing. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Sitting there having his ice.
I don't think he's calling the shots.
I don't think so.
No, back to my original argument though on this is who's going to enforce it?
That's a good question.
That
Who
is
is
a
going
good
to enforce
question.
it? Well,
It's like drunk driving. We've been trying to enforce no drunk driving for what, 50 years, 100 years now?
Well,
and people still do it.
The
numbers ain't going down.
The employer can enforce it. If you,
But who's
what
going
if they don't?
Who's going to police the police? Who's going to?
Right.
If you don't get the shot and you're working for somebody and they want you to get the shot some way or another, you're going to pay for it.
Right.
You're going to be, when you get your review, they're going to say, didn't want to follow rules, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, that's for the employers that want to enforce this in their company.
Correct.
But let's say that I have a company that I have over 100 employees, and I disagree with the whole shot mask mandate thing.
Nobody's going to enforce
Who's going to enforce it on me to make sure that my employees get it if I can't say, guys, you have to really go out and get
Let's
the
take this a little further. Let's take this a little further and go 6-8 months down the line. Okay.
Right.
So now we've mandated companies with 100, then it goes to 75, then to 50.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say by 2023 there's not martial law and the National Guard is coming in?
Well, it's going to be kind of like Texas. Here's $10,000 if you report your neighbors didn't get their vaccines.
Here's a really good question. This is from John Harden, who is one of our broadcast partners.
Hi, John.
He's one of our commentators for multi-sports.
Not your average tater. He's a commentator.
Wow. John says, what if those 100 employees are remote and work from home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. And I don't think that one's ever really even being addressed. I've never heard that one being addressed.
Right.
So if you work for a company that has over 100 employees and you work at home, you don't go into the office at all, are you supposed to get it?
Do you have to wear a mask on a Zoom meeting? I mean, it's coming to that kind of ridiculousness now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would think
Yeah.
you would think not. I mean, What the hell are you?
Your
would hope
computer can
not.
get a virus. Why can't you spread your virus through the virus?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You know, just like you could spread it right through all of our listeners with that mic.
That's right.
I keyed. It's like every time I go through Willimantic, I go to the Frog Bridge. I want to see if they put the masks back on the frogs again.
Yeah, not yet. I was up there a week or two ago,
Yeah.
and there was no
No,
masks on.
nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, we went up to Yukon last weekend.
Don't we have
And,
any statues over here we could put a mask on?
We should. We
A really,
should.
really tall one.
Yeah. Put a big mask on it because it's like, hey.
Yeah.
But,
Although we're not restrictive. I mean, we're up to the individual businesses. So
But that's a really good question. If you work from home.
Yeah.
I would say the answer to the short answer with that, and this is just my assumption, would be yes. Because there's always a possibility that you have to go into the office for meetings or conferences or what,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your company. So I would say, and also to keep it, fair around the block for everybody, the answer would be yes.
I don't think at this point you can keep it fair for everybody. As you said, it's more and more becoming martial law.
Well, I'm wondering if that's what gets instituted later on down the line, because it's like, 100 employees and it's going to be 75, then it's going
Right.
to be 50. Then it's going to be, if you're a sole proprietor
Yeah.
and you don't have anybody, you need to get the shot.
Yeah.
And then they're going to mandate it for every American. Because, folks, that's coming.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's coming. Don't think it's not. Climb the statue in Fanning Park and mask it.
That's
Carol
what I mean.
says.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm kind of nimble.
Laura says, and hey, Laura, good morning. I think anyone who's sick, i.e., cold, flu, stomach bug, COVID, should stay home. Anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, people can't afford to miss work, or their employer still makes them come in due to short staffing. She is spot on.
Yep.
It makes it difficult. It's a difficult situation for both. There are so many companies right now that are short staffed because people have decided not to go back to work. Now the federal money is gone.
Yep.
Now people are going to start filtering slowly but surely back into the workplace.
Yeah.
And and then they're going to say, "Oh, look at the unemployment rate; it's going down, down, down. We're heroes."
Yeah.
No, you stopped. You took people off the bottle.
I mean, in your time living in Bristol, have you ever seen it where anybody can go in and be a substitute teacher?
Don't
That's
hate.
how-
Don't hate.
I mean, unbelievable.
It's not just Grizzled though.
I know, but have you
Yeah.
ever seen that happen before?
Right.
Where, just going to college or even being
Yeah.
a good person, you could be a substitute teacher.
And you know what? Honestly, I think they should have done that a long time ago.
Well, I think,
anyway,
I think
and
some other states have done that.
yeah, I mean, sans COVID,
Yeah.
I think that should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because I think you can properly vet somebody.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are out in society,
Yeah.
Eastern Connecticut, that have never been to college, but have a really good noggin on their shoulder, or
Absolutely.
they've been successful in business, whether they're an entrepreneur or
Yeah.
whatever. And the teacher leaves you a plan,
Yeah.
and you just follow the plan.
Yeah.
Can I sidebar for just a second?
Well, if I
What?
was
kids just walked down the street. Each of them had a box of donuts and a thing of soda.
You better go stop them now and have them come in here.
well,
And Laura makes another good comment here. Laura always makes good comments, I got to say.
You go, girl.
Most minimum wage employers don't offer sick pay.
I thought they were looking to get sick pay though, weren't they? FMLA or something?
Well, a lot of people.
FMLA is you don't
Nah,
get
it's
paid
gotta be
for
sick
family.
leave.
The
Yeah,
Family
yeah,
Leave Act
that's
means
family
your job is safe
Yeah,
while you
yeah.
are off
Yeah.
protecting your family or
Yeah,
working
yeah.
with your family.
Yeah, but I would think if you had COVID, that'd be FMLA.
Well, to be fair, a lot of companies are getting away from sick pay and vacation pay, and they're moving strictly to personal time off.
oh yeah,
PTO.
yeah. Yeah.
Like Walmart only has PTO now. They don't have sick days and vacation days.
Yes, how many hours you put in is how many days you get, right?
Right.
Yeah, because when I worked for Northeast Utilities, I had I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months worth of sick time, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but you're
Wow,
also
what's
working for a
gone?
publicly traded company. right? Ooh, hey, look at that.
Wow. But it's gone now. When I left,
I love it when somebody in a Toyota says, I'm going to flex and look me do 45 miles an hour during Main Street.
With my muffler the
my
size of a
muffler.
vacuum.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but I think what's happened is they reduced it down to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jeffrey makes another good comment. Short staffing is going to get worse, especially if they mandate it for everyone. A lot of businesses are going to shut down. I worry about that because I know the Restaurant Association, I get emails from them, to update what's going on.
Right.
It's tough right now.
Yeah.
Even that's supply chain. That's another subject altogether. Businesses are going to shut down. I work in the restaurant industry, and almost every restaurant is hiring.
And unfortunately, a
Which
lot
is
of
true.
a lot of the businesses that are going to close down are going to be your mom and pops.
Yeah. Crystal says, Jeffrey, I agree. They think unemployment is high now. Just watch.
With inflation on top of that too, you got to look
Yeah.
at the inflation rate.
Inflation rate is crazy right now. Let's just send out another stimulus.
Yeah.
Gas will go to $4.50 a gallon.
Yeah,
Why not?
and a sheet of plywood would be $300.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
What people don't realize is they're going to pay. As a retiree, we don't make any more money.
Right.
We're at fixed income.
Right.
So what we pay for taxes is nothing. But people who are working, getting jobs and getting raises, guess where those raises are going to go? Taxes to pay for all these stimulus checks.
Well,
that are going.
and they're going to get a 3% raise this year, and inflation has gone up 5%.
Yeah.
So
not gonna
they're
make
going
anything.
farther and farther down the food chain.
Yeah. So all these nice things you're getting from the government is great, but either you're going to pay for it or your
Somebody's
kids are going
got
to
to.
pay for it. The $3 billion,
It's cause and effect.
$3 trillion, whatever the hell it was that Biden just stuck in. We'd be paying that.
It's cause and effect. I mean, you're going to go ahead. You can get this money. They'll send it, whether it's the federal money for unemployment or they're going to send stimulus checks out and all that. But you're right. It's got to come from somewhere. Oh, we'll just print more money. Oh, okay, great. $4.50 a gallon for gas because now the money is worthless.
Mm-hmm. Capitalism begets socialism.
Yeah. Buy crypto. Buy cryptocurrency. XRP. Algorand. That just zoomed up in a hurry. I'll tell you that one day.
Yeah, it did go up a little bit again.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. We're kind of fortunate because we've kind of gone through it. But I think the future, I wouldn't want to be getting a raise and have to give half of it to the government.
You're
I
right.
paid my share. Of
That's what's
taxes.
coming.
I paid my share. Let me see. I used to tick me off every time I sat down doing like, oh man, I give them all that money. So I think all the money you make between January and May or January, April is what pays your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's probably going to be January.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen.
The other thing that's going to happen is Social Security is going to go away.
Well,
Eventually.
What they'll do is they'll move.
I won't have Social Security. I'm saying that, and that's 12 years.
remember
10,
that,
12 years.
remember a lot of companies had retirement plans attached to their employment. Now, instead of retirement plans, they've got thrift savings plans. It's no longer we'll pay you for life after you retire. Now it's you save your money now so that you can retire.
right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And what's happening, a lot of the younger folks aren't really saving;
Mm-hmm.
they're spending.
Let's go back to the restaurant industry for a minute.
Sure.
And I think there were a couple of points that were brought up which are very practical. We talk about the employment rate and unemployment going up.
Yeah.
The supply chain in the restaurant industry is very, very tough right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know just from talking to Dean across the street, there are things that he orders just doesn't come in.
Right.
I've talked to Vic down at Country Farms or Vishil, and he shows me his order form. He ordered like 10 pages of stuff. It's like 15 lines per page. 10 ise came in.
Yeah.
That's all they have. It's very, very difficult to get anything. Why are restaurants on their tables have great value ketchup right now? because they have to go to the store and get it
Yeah.
because they can't get it through their food suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get what they can.
Right.
They are one even ran out of brown sugar. You know, it's little items.
Right.
They're just not available.
And it's not the truck drivers. It's not the distribution side of it, because truck driving, you don't have to really be that COVID conscious.
Well, supposedly there's not enough containers. I'm like, well, where the hell did they go?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I think a lot of this is artificially inflated too.
I think the other thing that's happening is a lot of the restaurants have cut back on their menus. I mean, what they used to have, nice things you can pick from.
Yeah.
Now it's a very
Well, you
limited-
can't have home fries if they don't have potatoes.
well, yeah. So yeah, a lot of them being cut back.
Jeff, our friend in the restaurant industry, says, yes, we have issues getting food. And if we don't get it, it's late, like days late. Hard to run a business like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
John, Connecticut Tax Freedom Day is currently April 25th, 46th of 50 states.
April. That's quite a ways from now.
No. He's saying that after April 25th, your income is
Mhm.
yours.
Oh, after April. So it used to be May, I thought, at one
Yeah.
time. Now it's okay. So it's April now.
And here's something that you wouldn't even think of, but this is very true because it's happened here too. The price of chicken wings, like in Florida, have skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't have as many chickens.
No, you got to go further back in the chain. You got to go further back. It's like, do you have employees that can process these chickens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably
because,
not.
Let's face it,
Sure.
killing chickens isn't
I
probably
know, but they don't have enough people to do it.
not be your favorite job, killing chickens. You know?
Or even just on the line packaging. If you don't have the employees that are doing this, from what I understand, there's really just two really big
Yeah, there's two of them.
chicken distributors. What's Purdue and Tyson? Tyson's actually number one.
Tyson's
Mhm.
number one.
You'd think Purdue, Frank Purdue, didn't he look like a chicken? Yeah. He looked like a
It's funny because
yeah.
his kids
His
almost look
son
like
does too.
him. Yeah.
But it's really true. If you think about it, you can't get this stuff, or you can't get people to do this.
Right.
It's not going to get to your restaurants. Not going to get to your grocer's freezer.
Right.
None of this is.
Right.
You know, look at. Is there a shortage of cows? No, they don't have people to process it. It's the same thing as being short staffed in the restaurant industry. They're short staffed everywhere, including processing plants.
Right.
So now people that need the food can't get the food.
But why are they short in the processing plants?
Because nobody wants to go to work when you get an extra
When you get that
$300
federal
a
money,
week.
$100 a week.
There you go.
There's the reason why. So the government thought they were going to do us a favor by paying everybody.
No, they didn't.
Well,
they knew. That's socialism.
This is going to screw the economy. Watch this, guys.
yeah.
Laura, again, another great point, and this is very, very true. Have you driven by any car dealership lately? Practically empty lots. They can't get used cars.
Mhm.
Yeah. Chips.
They can't get the chips for the new cars.
Right.
Now, whose fault is this? Is it embargo taxes?
Yeah, I'm not sure where the chips come
Is
from.
it-
Overseas, I think.
China?
There you go.
Are they saying that we're not sending them to you because of this?
Could be.
This tax?
Because you keep
That was
blaming
put
us
in?
for COVID.
Right. We don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know what the reason is. All we do know is we can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do them here? Why can't we make them here?
Because it's cheaper to send them over there.
Right. Because over there, you pay people $1.50 an hour. Over here, you have to pay minimum wage of $15 an hour.
So
It's money.
money.
Beth Ann says, your welfare. Yeah, welfare, go away. Those can work, choose not to go to work. The ones that have work all their life going to lose Social Security. It's sad. So what she's saying is you're working all your life, for some sort of retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get it because it's going to go away. But then you have the people that don't work and they're just sitting there on the spoon.
Well, you can still retire. It's just going to be a more active participation program. Yes, wealth or Social Security is going to go away. It's bound to happen because it's one of the top three
Liabilities.
top three expenditures
yeah.
of the government is Social Security. So they're going to take Social Security away and they're going to put in a thrift savings plan. So instead of you just saying, I'm going to have my Social Security taken out of my taxes, which is a passive action, you're going to have to say, well, I'm going to have to take $150 out of my paycheck and put it into this thrift savings plan so that when I turn 65, I have money to look forward to.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people won't do that.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's where there's going to be a huge collapse.
All right. So listen, think of all the things we've talked about in the last 40 minutes, right? All the comments that have come up that we have read and shared. Let's go back to the original question. If you have 100 employees or more, should you feel that, or do you feel that it's fair that you mandate vaccinations to all of your employees? It's cause and effect. Listen to all the things we've talked about. All these things that we've talked about have affected that.
Mm-hmm.
Have affected, that one situation that's going to change. Everything's going to change.
You know what I'll do instead? If I've got 100 employees, I'll fire one. Now I have 99 employees. I don't have to enforce the...
Oh, come on, man. That's like, I volunteer as tribute.
But it's going to happen.
Somebody's on the
That's a good point.
Instead of incurring a fine for not enforcing it,
But that's a
I'm
good
going to
point.
fire enough people where I don't have 100 employees anymore.
What did they do for? There was something we just put in, the state of Connecticut put in, and was it FMLA or something that if you didn't have a certain number of employees, you didn't have to pay it. There was something, and a lot of people did
I
not.
don't know.
A lot of people who were working more hours got them reduced so that they didn't have to pay this new thing that the government
Right.
just put in. I forget what the hell it was. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was something that just happened like over the last 6-7 months, maybe. Or maybe a little longer.
I do want to throw something positive out there before I forget it. And that is Grizzled High School football season starts tonight.
Yay!
Game number 1, they're playing Ledgerd. At Ledgerd.
Wolverines!
SNSN is going to be the only company broadcasting this.
Oh, there you
So if you
go.
can't get to the game, the only way you can watch it is through us, and we hope you join us.
There you go.
Who are they playing?
Ledgerd.
In your face, Ledgerd.
So that should be fun. We're looking forward to that game. We'll be on the air at about 6:15, but you can watch it on YouTube or on Facebook on all of SNSN's social media. So cheer on your local Wolverines. All right, John says, as an employer, the firing one employee has more truth to it than that.
Thank you,
Unfortunately,
John.
That's-
Thank you.
Chris
Right.
knows everything.
That's a good point.
And Crystal says it's Bologna.
Bologna.
Bologna. That's
Say
what
it
it
right.
is. My bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name. It's MAYER. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say,
Because Oscar
Meyer
Mayer
has a way with BOLOGNA. I can't believe we just did that shit.
earworm. Everybody's going to be singing that song today.
Yeah,
All right.
that truck was here recently.
Yeah.
The Escamilla truck.
The wiener?
Was here.
You mean the
Yeah,
car,
I
right? With the
think
big
it
hot
was-
dog on the
yeah,
top of it? That was this summer.
Norwich or something, I think. Yeah.
Was it?
It's really close.
Yeah, the COVID dog.
Yay!
All right, Jeff says, or Jeffrey, there was a food distributor in New Britain a few weeks ago. They had 90% of all their warehouse workers walk out because the company was offering sign-off bonuses, but not to employees who have been there. Same thing with people that worked all through the pandemic, got nothing. Well, people who went back to work got $1,000. That is the biggest
Bullshit.
Mhm.
piece of bullshit I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah. If you
People
don't
that
work, we'll
work-
pay you more.
Right. And we're going to screw you on taxes.
Yep.
We're going to do whatever. But you know what? If you have sat around and done nothing and all of a sudden you go back to work, bang, you got $1,000.
And you don't
A
have
bunch
to
of
pay.
crap.
You don't have to pay rent either.
I don't blame
Yeah.
him for walking off.
Man.
Man, I'll tell you, that's where some stupid asshole is, in HR just having clue what the hell we're talking about.
And also, Mike, please mention Bert's run on Sunday. Bert's going to be running.
Go, Bert.
Are we talking about his bike run?
Run, Bert.
Jacob's
run.
Yeah.
Is that this Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah, Bert never told me. Bert. Hey, Bert. We said a moment there. All right, so Jacob's Run this weekend. So
That's right.
and the other thing is everybody's looking for, oh my God, Saturday, it's September 11th. Something's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
A lot of people are going
Nothing.
to cry. That's about it.
Nothing's going to happen. OSCAR.
MAYR.
Oh, I love to eat it every day. John says, I'll be there tonight. Go Wolverines, number 86. Gee, I wonder if that's his son.
No, he just likes the number 86.
Yeah, Jacob's Run, Autism Speaks. That is this weekend. That's all. The Sorrells do that every single year to raise money for autism. Your fired employees will sue you. Advertisement from Dewey Swaim and Howe. Dewey, Sue and Howe. That's a law firm.
Yes.
Are coming to your TV.
Well, look what they did with the nurses. Look what they're doing with the nurses right now.
Yeah.
They spent, a year and a half in these emergency rooms, all covered up, face masks, all this equipment on them. Couldn't go home because they had,
Being exposed to
been
COVID.
exposed to COVID. So now they get through that, and now because they won't get a freaking shot, they want to fire them.
Yeah.
How fair is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like ridiculous.
America.
So
People are making money off it. That's why.
yeah, so they'll bring more nurses in, pay them an extra $1,000, and those other ones will get screwed.
All right. Donuts is also Matt's Mission. Well, we had everybody from Matt's Mission on yesterday. So that's tomorrow. I'll actually be there tomorrow morning. I love their events. They're amazing. And if you want to feel something ever, go to a Matt's Mission event, and then just walk through the Today I Matter display. You'll feel something. So if you think that your feelings are clinically dead, and you tell people I hate people, just walk through that. You will not hate people anymore. You will be concerned for people. Damn! It is. It's really true. The first time I went through that, I just lost my mind
Mhm.
because it's called the Today I Matter is all there's just pictures of people, who they were, and they had all passed from their opioid addiction.
Yeah.
So
Had the kid that played the young Flash.
what's that?
He just passed away from a fentanyl overdose.
Who?
The kid on TV that played the young Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's not just Griswold, Jewett City. It's every town.
Mhm.
And it doesn't just hit one demographic. It's every demographic. Imagine. I was talking to Miranda Mahoney from Griswold Pride, and I think she said the average age was like 40 of an opioid addict.
Yeah.
So, Crystal chiming in. I spent years in healthcare. They came down with the mandate for healthcare first, so I decided to change careers, and now they're doing this second mandate. So, yeah, bullshit.
Don't hold back, Crystal.
And-
Tell us what you really think.
And she says, "You're welcome for the song." My baloney has a first name. John says, "Work at will laws protect employers, and labor utilization rates justify termination." That is true. When you're an at will, when you hire somebody that's at will, and you have them sign that at will thing,
Yeah.
you can fire them for anything.
That's right.
So if it ever goes to like unemployment or something like that, why did you fire him? It wasn't working out.
I don't like their face.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that at a hearing, but it wasn't working out. This person, I feel, was not a fit
Well,
for
now
the direction we are going. You don't have to say anything else
No.
because they signed that. Yes, you can fire me at any time.
can they use the COVID shot as an excuse to fire you?
They don't
What's that?
have to have an excuse. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, that would be the reason most of them would fire you, probably.
Well, if it is the COVID thing, I'm not going to say it's the COVID thing. I'm going to do exactly what Mike just said. They weren't working out.
So Carol just says, amongst all the kidding, she does joke around a lot. She says, "My son Jeff died to opioid addiction at the age of 45."
Wow.
So we're sorry, Carol.
Yeah.
That I did not know. She has another son in town. Do you know who he is?
No.
You don't know?
No.
You will, and I tell you the name.
Oh, really?
Dominic Scavone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Wow, the excitement was overwhelming.
yeah. Dominic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He-
yeah.
He fixes my boiler whenever it breaks.
Thanks, Dominic.
Yeah.
You've been
Carol, I'm real sorry about that. I never knew. I mean, it's not water cooler conversation,
right.
but so I guess I wouldn't know, but and Dominic never said anything either. So anywho, so we've covered a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Nobody asked.
Very
Nobody
thought-provoking.
asked him a question.
Nobody asked Chris anything today, which is shocking.
Woohoo!
Chris is like, yeah, I'm all right. I don't have to ask anything. Somebody must have somebody must have a question for Chris.
T hasn't chimed in all day.
No,
either.
haven't seen T.
What's up with T?
Huh?
It's the coffee.
That's it.
John, once again, John, are you home, John? You should have just showed up here this morning. COVID termination could be linked to company wellness policies if needed.
That's true, too.
Yep.
So there's a lot of
Yeah.
twists and curves, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's there's T. Chris, I know about the unicorn tattoo. Thinking of any others?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get a Tasmanian devil
Yeah.
on my right butt cheek.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it'll really sell me when I'm on the beach wearing my thong.
Chris and a tramp stamp.
That's right. Look, mommy, he's got a Tasmanian devil on his butt. All of the conversations that will ensue from there.
Look, he's all wrinkly. He must be an old Tasmanian devil. Next thing you know, Chris goes on Amazon looking for Suzanne Summers videos, Buns of Steel.
I didn't know the Tasmanian devil had cellulite.
Ooh, Mom. Carol says her ears are bleeding. Sorry,
My
Carol.
left butt cheek looks like a bowl of cottage cheese.
Donna says you were very informative with your responses today.
Well, thank you, Donna.
See, there you go.
See, that's why they keep me around.
No, he shows up and brings coffee.
Well, yeah,
So I'm waiting for somebody to bring sandwiches. Then you're out of here.
that's right. Get some spam.
Lisa Coe says post pics
Post pics. Oh,
Of the-
absolutely.
of the new tattoo. Pics or it didn't happen.
I'll have to use my wide angle lens.
Thigh Master. How about the
Ooh.
Thigh Master? That could help you.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Suzanne Summers.
That's what it was. It wasn't Buns. She didn't do Buns of Steel, did she?
No, I thought
She did Thigh Master.
Yeah, didn't.
John's right.
What's her face?
Who did Buns of Steel?
What?
I can't remember.
Wasn't that Jane Fonda?
No.
Was it Jane Fonda?
No,
She had the workout.
No.
No, she just had.
She did the workout videos. But
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
she's ever-
She did.
Remember when they were all the rage? Everybody was buying workout videos on VHS and dancing in front of their TVs.
Oh, I know. It was
Yeah. Yeah.
Work it, come on. Too bad Robin Williams didn't have one of those. That would have been hilarious.
He should have, yeah.
It would have been funny.
Maybe that's a new.
Buns of Steel was Denise Austin. I think you're right, Laura.
Yeah, sounds right.
Laura Wheatley.
She still got the tapes.
Hey, Laura. By the way, I got a hoodie here for you. Where you been? Where you been, kid? So let's throw in some.
Maybe you
some-
got to do a workout show here.
No,
Huh?
Hey,
No.
there we go.
no.
We'll clear out the desk, put in
It's
some mats,
not gonna happen.
put in a stair stepper.
Yeah. Rocking with the mic.
So anyway, just so you know, we've been doing lots of shirts and stuff like that. Here's one of them. GHS Always a Wolverine class of 2021. You can order these. Just message me if you want to. You can get it in a shirt or a hoodie. And we will go ahead and put whatever class of Grizzled you were in. 2021, 2020, 1982. We did one of those.
About 1934.
We actually, I don't. That was the Riverside School.
I don't know.
Yeah, ask Al Gear. He'll tell you.
Can I get it in a tube top?
You can. We'll get you a tube top if that's what you
Sweet.
want, right across. But yeah, you can go ahead and get it in any size up to 5X.
Wow.
Yep. And like I said, you
Put it
can
on, Ellen.
t-shirt or a hoodie. So anyway, yeah. So if you ever feel like you want to support the radio station and support the show, buy a shirt or a hoodie. We would appreciate it. There's this one right here. Yeah, it's a hoodie. Jewett City, Connecticut. It takes a village, cross out the village and a borough. Because why? We're the borough of Jewett City. And again, available in a shirt or a hoodie. And then this one, America's only Jewett City, which is true. So you go somewhere and you're wearing your hoodie. You go, where's that? Jewett City.
You know why? Because when the other states were forming, they said, "What should we name this town?" They said, "How about Jewett City?" And everybody went, "Ooh, no."
And there's Kevin Trahan out of the blue, out of nowhere.
Go, Kevin.
The best looking man in all of insurance, Kevin Trahan.
He's got a face for radio.
No, he's a good looking man. He's a good looking guy. Then, of course, Jewett City being the vampire capital of New England. Look at that, vampire capital of New England, Jewett City. Sometimes we suck, sometimes we bite. So there you go. Those are all available if you want. Laura, thank you. She said, I absolutely love the Grizzle products you put out there. I love Small Town Pride. Which, that's really what it is. It's really what it's all about.
Where's Grizzle? Where's the
Got
shirt?
the Grizzle high school shirt.
I don't want a high school shirt. I want the town of Grizzle shirt. I don't live in the borough.
You know what?
There's more people in this town besides the borough, you know.
Hold up.
No, it's not.
Hold up. So what did I tell you outside? The first thing I said to you.
Good morning, Paul.
Yeah, besides that. What's the second thing I said to you? The website is changing. It's going to be completely different than what it has been. There are going to be different things up there. Like, for example, if you don't want to download our app, to get local news, guess what? You'll be able to just click on it and listen to it right on the website.
There you go.
So there's one thing. You'll be able to listen to the station there for great 80s and 90s hits when we're not doing sports. All the sports are going to be broadcast to the website.
Oh, that's nice.
Instead of having to go to YouTube or something like that. You can just go to snsnradio.com. See, before we were snsnonline.com. Now it's SNSN Radio. The domain became available and I jumped on it.
Good for you.
So we have that. But the shirts are available and there are going to be many, many, many more things that are going to be coming that you can purchase as far as small town kind of things. Not just shirts, but you got socks coming out. Yeah. You ready, Chris?
Ready?
Boxer shorts.
Ooh.
There'll be boxer shorts up there, socks, headbands, hats, mugs, a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah. But keep in mind, Jewett City's not a town.
Jewett City's a borough. Why do you think I have that shirt? It takes a village. Cross it out. Borough. It's a borough.
Where's the town?
Will you wait?
He's so impatient.
Jesus. You got to offer things one at a time. You know what I mean? You got to go ahead and wet the palate just a little bit before something. You can't just throw it out there. Everything 100%.
What accent is that?
I don't know.
I think you just made one up.
I think I just made one up. Patience is a virtue, says Laura. You are correct, Laura.
We'll see.
Yeah. No patience, Paul.
So what's it going to be? State of Connecticut, the Grizzle will point right at it, or how you going? What's the idea for the new shirt?
I don't know. Why don't you come up with one?
I don't have any.
Well, see. Oh. All right.
It's your business.
Oh my God.
Am I going to get anything for designing the shirt?
Somebody come here and bludgeon me, please.
Am I going to get a?
I'll do it.
Am I going to get a fee?
All right. Well, then I'll have to fill out tax forms and send it to your Social Security. Then you get screwed. And... All right, Paul. That's the way you want it to be. Not a problem. That's good coffee. All right, we're out of here. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I think it was a very important issue in question that we covered this morning.
We done good.
Crystal, I gotta say this. This is true. She has a t-shirt that we made. It said Grizzled AF. All right. I got so much flack from the Board of Education on that one. They were so mad. It was like, and they said to me, they said, "Do you know what AF stands for?" I went, "Yes." They said, "What?" I said, "Always friendly." Because it, what AF is supposed to be, right? As
Fantastic.
there you go. Fantastic. There we go.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for showing on up today. We appreciate your time and everything that you do that makes SNSN tick. So thank you once again. And we will see you tonight. You're just leaving.
No, what the hell?
Goodbye, boys. See you later. I'm going to hang out here for a bit.
We're out of here. We're out of here. We're out of here.
Yeah. Tonight, Grizzle High School football, not available anywhere else, don't you know? Okay, folks? So it's only going to be available right here on SNSN Radio, on our YouTube page, and right here on Facebook. So you'll be able to watch it if you like. So have a great weekend otherwise, and we'll see you tonight live from Legend High School.
SNSN, your local news leader. The 9 a.m. report on the streaming news and sports network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
I love working here because of the people, and I get to work with my family every day.
Come to Charlene's Diner for the best breakfast you've ever had.
That was Brittany and Matt from Charlene's Diner on Main Street in